Everyone's talking about the new Harry Potter series, and I keep asking myself the same thing. Why? Recently, HBO released a teaser offering a glimpse into the new Harry Potter series. There's backlash, there's excitement, there's debate about casting, accuracy, and whether this should even exist. I'm not a hardcore fan, never read the books, but I've seen the films, and they worked.
I'm Harry Potter.
If the films already told the story well, what is this series trying to add? And I think part of the reason why this question even exists is because the films already did something right. They weren't perfect, but they had something. The cast felt right, the world felt real, and for a lot of people, it wasn't just a story, it was something they grew up with. You can't really recreate that. And I remember watching them, and even as someone who wasn't a huge fan, it still felt like an event, like stepping into something bigger than just a film. I understand why Warner Brothers is making this series. Maybe they want to be more faithful to the books. Maybe we'll get more time with the characters and more room to breathe. Or maybe it's just for a new generation. But at the same time, we've seen this many times before. Disney's Lion King, Aladdin, their upcoming Moana live action remake. Even shows like The Last of Us and Percy Jackson and the Olympians are trying to tell familiar stories. And at some point, it stops feeling like magic. It starts to feel like the nostalgia is on repeat. So yeah, I get the concern from some people. This could easily become another remake that doesn't need to exist. And when that happens, you don't just risk making something new. You risk losing what made the original special. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the series finds something in a new story we already know. Perhaps the problem isn't the idea itself, but the timing. Do we really need to revisit Harry Potter right now? Look, the films ended 15 years ago. That's not that long ago. It's not like the original cast are in their 70s. Some stories don't need to be retold, not because they're perfect, but because they already meant something to people. Some stories don't need to be brought back, not with a spell, not with a bigger budget, because what made them special was never just the story. And maybe that's the part that's hard to recreate. Not every story needs a second version. Sometimes it just needs to be remembered. Hollywood needs to understand this.